I'm excited to chat with you, Andy, because you have new music out. You have this 16-track album, Happy People, which will be available on March 7th. What is the type of music you make? Do you tend to describe it as jazz, or is there no particular genre that you tend to find your music falling under? It's a little bit of jazz to me and flamenco.
It's jazz fusion flamenco, actually. It's many years in the making, actually. It's a project that I've been thinking about since I lived in Spain when I was a flamenco dancer. And I've always wanted to create in jazz. So we wrote some songs and we put them to flamenco rhythms, which is 12/8, 6/8, and 4/4. So, yeah.
Who are some musical artists that influenced you when you were growing up?
Um, in jazz, it was definitely Sarah Vaughan, Ella Fitzgerald, Ray Charles, Carmen McRae, and in flamenco, it was mostly Carmen Amaya, who was the greatest flamenco dancer of the last century at that time. Well, Lord of that, and Paco Lucia, Antonio Canales. Uh, there's a few to name.
Your song To Be So Young is so beautiful. Where did the concept come from?
Wishful thinking, no. um, it's We lived in Spain when we were very young, and we danced all the time with a lot of great artists, Antonio Canales and um, Paco de Lucia and a few others, quite a few others. And Chick Corea would come to visit and play jazz, and he would take the flamencos out, and I knew him quite well. And he always said, well, you could mix the two and join it all together. So I thought about it for a long, long time. So that's how it came about.
And what kind of fan response have you been receiving to the single for now?
It's been quite very positive, actually, so far. So I'm happy to say.
What's your songwriting process like? I know this one was written by you and Piero and John. And I'm curious, do you have a typical way where you write songs? Maybe you need a lyric before you can craft the music, or the music before you can find lyrics, or is there no way you always write a song?
Well, we have a method. It varies, but often I'll come up with a melody and Piero will come up with the chords for the melody, and then we'll write it all down and practice it and sing it and see how it goes and see if we like it, and then we'll give it to John Coward, and John Coward will make it into a more cohesive score, and then we all get together and discuss whether we like it and what needs to be changed and what doesn't need to be changed. And John Coward's got a wonderful way of writing. He writes very emotional, deep stuff. So um, he's usually right. But we have gentle discussions about the chords because our chords are not always the same as the chords he picks. But
Well, the song features Chico Panero. How did the two of you come to collaborate?
uh, I first met him through John Patitucci when we recorded Rhythm in New York, which was 3 years ago in New York. And since then, we've collaborated ever since. He's a magnificent player. He can play just about anything. He can sit in with flamenco guitarists and sound good. He's a really great guy, great player.
You have the album coming out here, Happy People. What are some themes that you explore on it? Clearly, it's going to be an upbeat, maybe album.
There's some upbeat and there's also some ballads, heavy ballads, and there's Besame Mucho, which is a
Classic.
beautiful song, one of my favorite songs. We did a version of Caravan in a flamenco field, which is kind of 12/8, so it's rather different. It's always fun doing a cover in a different way, a totally different way to what's been done. I don't think it's been done like that before, so. Yeah, it's kind of got a mixture of things. 15 originals and two covers.
Is there a particular song on this album that holds a special place in your heart, or are they all sort of your babies at this point?
Well, I Don't Know How to Love is a song that we wrote together that's pretty close to my heart, actually. I think it's John Coward's favourite as well. It might even be Piero Pato's favourite too. It's um, it's pretty emotional. And also Besame Mucho. I just can't go past Besame Mucho. And Love is Lost is it's like a big piece. It's 12 minutes long. So um, it starts off one way and then there's flamenco dancing at the end and a different sound altogether. It sort of morphs into a couple of different songs. So that's another one.
Is there a song that maybe you're looking forward to fans hearing the most then? One that really you're excited for them to really explore?
Well, that's a good question. Um, I think Happy People. I have to say Happy People.
Is there a message then or an emotion you hope lingers with people that explore Happy People, the album?
Um, I want them to get a feeling of for the music and feel some kind of emotions. Whenever we write, we want people to feel the emotions that we're feeling. Because if they don't, it doesn't really work, I don't think. So you just try to perform what you like playing and what you like singing and hope that people will like it and you stay true to yourself and you know hope that other people will get a feel for it. So you write in your own style and you write your own songs and express yourself as well as doing covers that are dear to your heart, I think.
Is there a tour planned to go along with this new release?
We're going to Italy um, in May. We're going to Milan, Cagliari, Cosenza, Bari, Forlì, Bologna, Firenze, and Venezia. So that's what we've got so far. We're also going to Mexico. I'm not sure when, um, and Spain. So far, that's what's happening this year. Oh, Spain in July. So
Right.
after
Well,
that, I'm sorry.
I said, all right. Sounds like a great trip so far to me.
Great, thank you. I'm excited actually. I've never been to a few of those places, so I'm pretty excited. I love going to Venice.
I can only imagine that it's a beautiful place. And I'm sure they truly appreciate the combination of music that you make.
Well, we went to Rome last year and we performed in front of the Colosseum, and we did a gig. It was with Alex Acuna from Weather Report and Mino Sinello from Weather Report, and Rick McGitzer, Miles Davis fame, and we did a fantastically fun gig outside the Coliseum. So that was one of my highlights of my career, I think.
Is there a dream collaboration you have, someone you would really truly love to work with in the future?
Herbie Hancock. I would love to work with Herbie Hancock, actually. Um, I would love to work with Sarah Vaughan, but that's never going to happen. There's quite a few people, actually, but definitely Herbie Hancock.
What would you like to say then to everyone who are fans and supporters of the beautiful music you continue to make?
I'd just like to say that thank you so much for appreciating it and listening to it. And without you, it just wouldn't be anywhere near what it is. I just love you all. Thank you so much. So many people I'm lucky now because we've got, the digital age and Spotify and everything, and people around the globe can actually listen to it. I was a bit resistant to digital age for a while because I was so used to, you know, the old fashioned way. But now everyone can list music's at your fingertips, so it's great. I'm so lucky. I have fans in Hungary, and it's great.